So, yeah, it's just another level. We just changed levels from the functional planetary consciousness to the mundane, how we're anchored into the world. So the ascendant, when you read the ascendant, it's your self-image, it's your identity, but it doesn't really express it exactly right. It's the image you project out into the world. It's not the you that goes up to look in the looking glass or in the mirror. It's you might be seeing what you're doing to make yourself look like the way you are. I feel okay. I feel like I'm okay. I got together. But it's how other people see what's on your face. It's how other people see you. It's not. It's from the other side of the looking glass. You're projecting out, and all your personal things. I mean, if you got laid last night and you're feeling great, and you come up and you're smiling like a Viagra ad, you're ascendant smiling, and people say, "Wow, how come you're so happy? What was your secret?" And of course, if you haven't, and you're coming up nasty, angry, and someone says, "Hey, how are you doing?" You think, "What's it to you?" And you're putting out this negative energy. People say, "What got into you?" You know, and they're really asking, "What got into you yesterday? What got into you to make you respond so much to put out bad energy?" Because no one wants to put out bad energy. You're only going to do it if you've got in bad energy. And you can get bad energy in one area at work and dump it on other people, the kids or other people that don't seem to be related, and yet in the sequence of things they're related. So the ascendant is the image you project out. It's not you you're projecting it. You're coming from your motivation. You put the package together so you can walk out the door. You got your clothes on, you got your hair combed or not combed, you're clean, you're not clean, whatever. You're getting out the door, you're late, you're on time, you're walking slowly, you're rushing mad to get the bus or whatever. That's the energy of where you're coming from. The look on your face, the expression, your attitude of what you're putting out there. Wow, it's a different, every different attitude you project out has a huge effect on others. Your motivation is something new to yourself that will affect your appearance. Happy, sad, serious, whatever motivates you and how well you're living, it will affect that ascendant. But as it affects that ascendant, you see it's because I wasn't happy, or I didn't get laid, or I had a fight at home, or I didn't sleep well, or whatever. I got up late because I got home late, and I got to catch up. So this is the ascendant, you getting yourself together to go out, one more coffee and I'll run out, I'll take care of it. So we go and we wing it. But boy, what a difference if you don't have to, if you rush out, you're going fast, you ignore people, you don't see other people's feelings, you're not sensitive to what's around you, you're not going to get as good a response as if you take a breath before you go out the door, walk out and smile, say, "Hey, Joe, how's it going? Hey, so-and-so, how's it happening? What's happening?" And you're ready to positively interact with your projection as you're affecting other people. So just as the feelings come in and affect your motivation, your thinking and how you're thinking affects how you project out to affect other people. So when you go outside the door, this is the best seeing it, to see the texture of it. Really, you walk into an elevator, someone else is in the elevator. Do you smile and say hi? Do you just look forward and ignore them and then act like you're alone there so you don't have to interact? Or do you just get depressed to say, "Oh," and be worried about being with that person? How far are you thinking it's affecting the other person? The other person's just there and will respond to good or bad energy. So if you're putting out doubt, if you're insecure in yourself, or you're not living properly within, your ascendant's going to be a little more doubtful or insecure, and it'll be show on your face, and you'll be projecting worry and doubt, or fear or whatever, but worry and doubt. So if you're projecting worry and you're looking serious and you're walking into the office or into the school, and people see you coming in worried and stuff, they're not going to talk to you. They're going to, "What if I talk to you? What are you worried about?" They're going to get the story. Who wants to know? It's enough to hold things together myself. So how we project out, happy or sad, worried, not worried, confident, fearful, do we project out good or bad energy on every level, in our mind, in our emotions, in our body, in every way? What are we projecting out at any moment? This is not a constant factor. It's a sensitive point, but we have an attitude by which we project this out. And everybody's going to project worries and doubts at some times, and they're going to have confidence at other times. But the 12th house is that house where it's said to be the house of enemies or endings, where things fall apart. But really, It's where you're beginning and projecting. But if you begin with a wrong projection, what's going to build on it? If you begin with a positive thought, what will project from it? So depending on what you project on your ascendant, what you look like is going to affect who responds to you and how they respond, and whether you have friends or enemies in the 11th house. And depending on what friends, the quality of friends, good or bad, or enemies, it'll determine your social status and who you can work with to accomplish things, or why you can't get a job because you got the gang you're hanging out with. So this is our thinking about, this whole quadrant is our thinking about our social, our interrelationships socially, who's our friend, who's not, what status do we have, what do we have to do. But if you project something difficult, you're going to have to fix it, or it's going to build up even worse and come back and affect you on the IC every day. So there's always a challenge on this ascendant to make sure you're at least neutral or positive or calm, not projecting anger or other things. This is the balance sheet of your appearance. If you're unhappy, how do you hide it in your face? You might make a bravado to show it, but if anyone's really looking, they're going to see through it. Because all it takes is one other person being sincerely projecting good energy, and you're going to look like an idiot or a monster. Or someone with psychological problems, or like just all of this stuff. But we don't know how to, we learn this in time, going through this thousands of days, we go through this, we see successes and failures, and we develop it. But the attitude to what we're projecting, that's the sign there. So if you have daylight increasing, you're going to be projecting, I'm getting together, I want to do something. You're pushing to be more independent, be doing your own thing. You're not pushing to just watch other people. You're pushing to impress other people. I'm doing this. I want to affect you. I want you to think about what I'm doing. I'm trying to make you think about me because I'm projecting this out. 12 hours later, or even in a minute after you're doing that, you're still, part of you is starting to react and start to feel the opposite of the thinking. But you're trying to impress by thinking, impress your energy, you're thinking about what you can do and how it will affect people. And if I do this, they'll do this, or I have to meet so-and-so, I have to do so-and-so. You're thinking that quadrant. And depending on how you're thinking, it will determine what you're feeling before you go to sleep. So if your thinking is wrong, what are you going to accomplish in the world? What friends are you going to get? How do you adjust your thinking? Usually, if something's wrong anywhere along this cycle, you usually have to go through the breakdown and then start again and work on your personal motivation and refine it, make it better, and then start the cycle again. Not so easy. But this ascendant, everyone says it's your identity. It is, but really it's moving into the 12th house. It's the energy moving into, so the sign that's there is moving into whether you're projecting good or bad of that sign. So if it's daylight is greater, are you projecting your independence and doing it yourself, whether other people are supporting it or not, and then people would notice it? Or are you, I'm not doing it because nobody's noticing it, but the nobody's noticing it isn't as strong. I got to do this because no one's noticing it. That's more likely the I, me signs are the daylight increasing and the daylight is greater. Those are moving to, I got to do this is my way. This is my way. You're out there, but this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm showing it. If it's a nighttime, if you have the nighttime is increasing, the momentum is, it adds a need for security. It's projecting a sensitivity, a security to belonging. It's wanting to get some recognition, some interaction from others. So instead of projecting thinking and action, it's projecting a sense, I've done something, and now you need to respond to it because it's going to affect you. You want to see me? I bought a home. What are we going to do? Like, or I'm pregnant, or these are all things. It affects your ascendant. And then it affects how you function to see what status you're going to get that day, that hour, that month, that year, that lifetime. So when it's nighttime is increasing, you're doing, you're identifying on doing things, but you're sensitive because the nighttime is increasing about needing other people to respond to it. So you're trying to put out what you're doing to get to impress other people to be more sensitive to you. That can work well. That can be good or bad, and that'll determine what kind of jobs or careers you're going to find. I mean, usually, if you do good, you get good friends. If you need a job, you call a friend, you tell your friends, and some of them say, hey, there's this job, there's that job. You go get it, and you're set up because somebody knew somebody. That's one way of going at this. So, okay. Daylight increasing, darkness increasing, daylight greater, darkness greater, same thing. I have to be more, I have to do my own, I'm projecting me, this is how I look. And it may not be clued into what's appropriate for other people. So people with the nighttime darkness is greater are going to be more socially conscious about what they're projecting and about what they're wearing and how they look and how they affect other people. With purpose, people with the I, me, they're going to be doing their own things, expecting other people to notice them. And in that can lead, they both lead up to status and careers successfully or unsuccessfully. But the attitude that you project, that's the ascendant. It's just a point. The sign of your personality, the image that you're projecting, that first impression, that image, that's your ascendant. Wow, if you can fix the sign and improve that quality to better levels, it can change the world. And see, if you're, whatever's on your ascendant, how you project is the opposite of how you respond. So whatever you're putting out, the response to people is usually the opposite of what you're putting out. So you think you're doing everything, and then when you're feeling, nobody cares, nobody's feeling, nobody's giving any feedback, everyone's ignoring me. It's going down at the descendant. But if your ascendant is angular, cardinal, fixed, mutable, it's there, or it's fire, water, air, earth, it's going to be this, like, well, not the elements, but the modes will be the same on the opposing angle. They'll both be cardinal or they'll both be fixed. Usually all four of them will be the same, but the ascendant can get, and descendant can move out of sign. It can be in a different sign than the MC, like it isn't always square. Okay, so how you project out. Now, okay, so you get to the season, you get the projection or reaction. Are you projecting your identity? Are you, if it's a feminine sign, are you measuring your identity? Are you cautious in what you project? Are you projecting latent naturally, or are you reflecting on what you're going to put out? Should it be like this? Should it be like this? Like that's the more shy or reflective signs. The more projective, the Aries, Gemini, Cancer. These are your rising signs, your ascendants. You'll see them. But when it's in Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpios, Capricorn, or Pisces, it tends to be a little more shy or reserved in its type of, in the quality of projection. It's sensitive to how it's going to affect other people.